Continue with the next type of the customer or account holder. So the next type, you have two different types more, and with that we'll come to the end of this chapter. So the next one is going to be clubs, societies and charitable institutions. Okay, so what are these clubs? So wherever you find people of same interest coming together, okay, in order to work together or meet some kind of their needs and wants, you call that as a club. So basically what you see in these kind of clubs and societies is people of common interest come together and they make a formal structure as such, and they pursue some kind of goals that which is set for that particular organization, and along with that they're also framing some kind of rules and regulations for that particular club, and also they are taking the financial responsibility of that particular club or society. Do you understand? So now talking about the precautions that has to be taken by the banker with regards to the accounts of the clubs, societies and charitable institutions. Yeah, let me also tell you about charitable institutions. So these charitable institutions, okay, are the ones who work for the purpose of charity. Okay, so they are more philanthropic in nature, where they try to serve the people of the society. They want to meet the demands and needs of other people in the society. Followed? So they are more service minded, where they serve the society and try to protect the rights of a lot of people. Okay, and they are more charitable in nature, where they are more involved in donations, contributions of money, and giving away some kind of goodies free of cost and things like that to help a certain section of the societies. Do you understand? So these organizations, what are the precautions that the banker should take with regards to them is what we are going to see next. So first thing is a resolution of the managing committee, okay, is required to be passed, and then only a bank account can be opened with regards to these clubs, charitable institutions or societies. And when the account is being opened, also they should make a mention of who are the signatories, meaning who are the ones who are having the right to sign the documents of these clubs, societies or charitable institutions, and how their accounts are to be opened and things like that should be mentioned in the resolution that which is passed. The next precaution is, before permitting a society to or a club to borrow, it should ensure that borrowing is even permitted in the bylaws of that particular organization. So if borrowing is never allowed, then the banker cannot give any such kind of loans to the representatives of the clubs or borrowers, clubs or societies. So if the person appointed to operate the account dies, or if the person who is appointed to operate the account of the club resigns, then immediately the operation of that particular account should stop till the society or the club appoints another person to take over the job or responsibilities of that particular club. Right. Next one, due care should be ensured with regards to the signatories, and they should make sure that these signatories do not use the property of the clubs or the charitable institutions for their own purpose. So as we had seen in the previous topic, misappropriation should not be done even here. Then when clubs or societies and charitable institutions open an account with the banks, it should make sure that it is incorporated. The meaning of incorporated is legally registered. The document should be legally registered. Then see, there is a lot of benefits with legal registration, skulls. In case of any kind of requisites or some kind of chaoses with the institution, whether the institution wants to file a case or there should be some kind of legal involvement for sorting out of issues and all that, you need registration. Otherwise, the court of law will not interfere and will also not protect the interest of the members of that particular organization. So it's always a lot of benefit to be registered. Then next one, there are a lot of bylaws that which is made by these clubs and associations and charitable institutions. Okay, what are bylaws? They are nothing but the local laws that which is made by the charitable institutions or the clubs, and those bylaws are to be adhered, followed when the account is being operated. Right. Then the last precaution is, if the person appointed to operate the account dies or resigns, I think this point is repeated. Okay, so I already told you here in third point that if a person dies, whoever is now operating the accounts of that particular club, until another new person is appointed, okay, all the accounts should be freezed and it should not be allowed to be operated. So those are the precautions that a banker should take with regards to opening of account, okay, and operating the accounts of clubs, societies and charitable institutions. Now last type of an account holder is Hindu Undivided family, or you also call it as joint Hindu family. Now this is a traditional form of business that's been there in India from quite a long period of time. Okay, so in fact I must say India is famous for these kind of Hindu Undivided families. And also when you compare yourself globally with other countries, girls, so the kind of family system that we have in India is not there elsewhere. So if you just compare people, they want to be more independent, that is outside India, they want to be more independent and they want to live independent lives. But in India, it is not like that. People depend on each other, people depend on relationships, and they give value more on emotions and things like that. And they respect the family and the elders in the family and are more confined to the bylaws that which is made by the family. So here, this kind of culture and tradition gave rise to this Hindu Undivided family system. So now this Hindu Undivided family is nothing but a family which consists of all the persons who are lineally, that is, descended from a common ancestor. Okay, so there is a common ancestor and whatever this entire family belongs, or they are lined, okay, from that particular ancestor, descended from that particular ancestor. So this family includes the Karta, who is the head of the family, and then all the male members of the family who becomes the members, and they called as the co-parceners, the important members. So all the male members along with all the wives of the male members, the children of the wives. So like this, all of them together will form this Hindu Undivided family or joint Hindu family. Now, this is something which you can commonly find in India, and we still, though with a lot of amendments and trend change and all, it is reduced to a certain extent, but I won't say that Hindu Undivided family is not there at all in India. It is still there. Alright. So, these Hindu Undivided family, okay, own assets. They are also like a company who can file a case. They can buy properties, they can borrow loans and things like that. Alright. So the basically property is passed on from generation to generation, from one member of the family to the other member of the family. And those families are governed by Mitakshara school of Indian law, that is every male member acquires an interest in the joint property on birth. Right. So Hindu Undivided family, it actually has come into existence because of the Hindu Act. So we know that we are living in Hindustan, and this country we find more of Hindu people living. And these Hindus are also given some kind of tax concessions and a separate file consolidated file is maintained for them. Do you understand? So these Hindu undivided families occupy a very important place in the business system of our country. So when you talk about different types of businesses, from sole proprietary to joint stock, public limited, private limited, cooperative societies, Hindu undivided family is also one of the types of businesses. So let's see the precautions that the banker needs to take. The first precaution that the banker needs to take is, the banker may open an account for the Hindu undivided family either in the name of the Karta or in the name of that particular family business. Karta, as I told you, is the head of the family. Then the account should be duly introduced, meaning it should be properly introduced. It should be properly introduced to the banker. Then the next one, the banker should obtain the names of all the signatories. So usually the major parsiners will be the signatories, girls, that is the male members. So these parsiners are the ones who will share equal rights, and they are the male members of the family. So obviously in India, male members are given a lot of importance, and women are always we are still striving for our equal rights, isn't it? So from inception it's been like that. It's our culture that male members are given a lot of importance, and many times along with the Karta, even the male members, it's the parsiners, will become the signing signatories. So that is the signatories, the signing authorities. So the signature should be obtained, the names should be obtained of all the co-parsiners. Then supposing if the parsiners pass away, that is a die, then obviously the co-parsiner's wife and the children will receive all the benefits. Alright. Apart from that, this is basically a family business, and assets are going to be managed by the eldest member of that particular family. And I told you that who is the eldest member? It is the Karta. Karta is the eldest member of the family, and he is the one who is going to manage all the assets of the family. So he has every authority to take loans, pledge the property, and then he can also buy or sell the property for or on behalf of the family business. But still it is recommended for all the members of that particular family to sign during any such kind of transactions of either taking loans or selling or buying of properties. Right. Then Karta is also permitted to borrow only for the purposes of beneficial to the family. That is, the Karta can borrow loans for the benefit of the family. The Karta also cannot misuse the entire family's property or like the funds and things like that. So he is also responsible enough. Right. And then the co-parsiner's liability will be only to the extent of whatever is their interest in the joint property. Whatever is their share of property, assets. So the same will be the share of the liabilities as well. But for whatever is being made personally by Karta, the co-parsiners will not be held responsible. But if the co-parsiners say that they will also take responsibility, then they are held liable. And if there are minor co-parsiners in the family, then definitely the guardian should act on behalf of these minors. And then the account has to be operated by the Karta or whoever is the authorized co-parsoner only, and not by anybody and everybody. Did you understand, girls? So those are certain precautions that the banker needs to take with regards to these Hindu undivided family and managing their accounts and operations. So that's about the end of the chapter, girls. We have come to an end of this chapter. If you all have any doubts with regards to any topic in this particular chapter, please get back to me, and if you want me to repeat on any topic, that will also be done. So please do view the video and try to understand the topic. Take out your textbooks and sit as you are listening to this video, and you will be able to understand. If at all anything is not understood, please get back to me. All right. Thank you.